Copy.
Люк приоткрыл.
Hatch is ajar. The hatch is open. What is the pressure?
Сейчас, минуточку.
By 1.
Так, давление у нас 0 давление.
The pressure is 0.
Открыть.
The hatch is open, though.
Так. Люк, как ты принял меня? Люк открыть.
How would you copy? The hatch is open. Copy all. The hatch is open.
Его с помощью переменной длины.
Currently secure it with the adjustable length tether. Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston. Confirmation now that the hatch to the Piers docking compartment airlock is open, marking the official start of today's spacewalk by Alexander Skvortsov and Oleg Artemyev. Hatch opening marked at 9:02 a.m. Central Time. The 181st spacewalk in support of space station assembly and maintenance now officially underway. Hatch opening again marked at 9:02 a.m. Central Time.
Okay, copy all. Did you pull it tighter? Make sure it's not loose. Not yet. I did tighten the leg. Is it secured to the, are you secured to the station? I am. Copy. Let's install the ring. As far as the sublimators are concerned, when you install the ring, as soon as you install the ring, all of you are going to egress, and after that, simultaneously start the sublimators, activate sublimators. Copy. Yeah, it's kind of getting hot. Inaudible.
We're about 11 minutes away from passing into an orbital sunrise as the International Space Station proceeds in an orbit toward the South Pacific. And then we'll begin a southwest to northeasterly track that will take the complex and its 6 crew members over the west coast of South America. First order of business now will be for Skvortsov and Artemyev to install a protective ring around the hatch to the Piers docking compartment, make sure it is not damaged while it is exposed to the vacuum of space. Artemyev will be first out of the Piers airlock. He will make his way a few steps onto the spacewalking ladder that is right outside of the hatch. And then we'll take the Peruvian nanosatellite, the Chasqui-1, from Skvortsov and position it so that it can be deployed retrograde to the International Space Station.
I didn't. Let me pull up a little. Okay, I'm holding it.
The small nanosatellite is the product of the National Engineering University of Peru in Lima under a cooperative science agreement between the Peruvian government and the Russian Federal Space Agency. The satellite was launched on the ISS Progress 54 cargo ship back on February 5th. The name Chasqui-1 comes from the Chasqui Inca culture of Peru. The name means messenger.
Sergey, how copy? Okay, I'll copy, guys. Copy. Let's do the following. Sasha, start the sublimator. Activate sublimator. Okay, thank you. Well, we'll help each other if needs be. After you start the sublimator. I activated the sublimator. Okay, I activated the camera. The sublimator is activated. It's still drying. Oh, okay. I got it. I activated the camera on the bracket. Copy. I am rotating it to the side, into the direction of the head. Okay. You can slowly egress, Oleg. Okay, I'll help Sasha get ready. Sasha, if it's installed the way it is right now, you will adjust it, right? Okay, do you need help? We're activating the camera. Do you need help? Okay, you can go. Okay, I am securing the adjustable length tether to the EV letter. I have secured the adjustable length tether to the EV letter. Do we need to activate the camera on the helmet? Yes, as soon as all of it egresses, activate the helmet camera, and then you will work with the Sputnik equipment. Is it on? Yes, mine is on. Okay, I activated mine as well. We're going to check the antenna. So far, we do not see the video. Okay, copy. I'm starting my egress. Copy. Oxygen flow, 83 atmosphere.
Two good Orlan spacesuits for the two cosmonauts as Artemyev begins to make his way out of the hatch that was opened at 9:02 a.m. Central Time to mark the official start of today's spacewalk.
Outside, copy, Oleg. Choose your position.
We should be getting helmet camera views from the two cosmonauts once they're established outside. Skvortsov's helmet camera should carry the ghosted number of 18 on the lower right-hand view. Once we are able to see that imagery, Artemyev's helmet camera should be marked 17.
Sasha, select the position, prepare the photo camera and your helmet camera. Oh, I already have the photo camera in hand. Choose any comfortable position. GoPro is on and operating. Copy. Have you checked it? Okay, do you want me to move it a little? Well, let me see, just a little bit. Let me secure it. Yes, secure yourself first. Well, I am tethered. Let me switch the tether over here. My short tether. The light is out. I saw it. receive the video from your helmet cameras.
Отлично.
That's great.
And as the International Space Station flies 260 miles over the South Pacific, our first helmet camera view from Oleg Artemiev. He is wearing the Orlan spacesuit bearing the blue stripes today as extravehicular crew member number 2. He is moving towards the so-called EVA ladder, the spacewalk ladder that is right outside of the hatchway to the Piers docking compartment airlock.
Тань, могу тебе дать карабин для спутника.
I can give you the hook for Sputnik. Let me turn around. Oleg,
Что потеряли?
we lost your video. What did you lose? We lost video from your camera, Oleg. Well, I see it's blinking, it's operating. Okay, well, maybe it's now trying to get the signal.
Зацепил спутник за
I have currently
большим карабином.
secured the ship to the cover with the large hook. Copy.
Взял? Да, потихоньку.
You got it? Yes, I did. I do have it.
Все, спутник у меня.
I have the satellite.
Фотографирование.
I'm currently in position for taking photographs. Oleg, we see you. The video is back on. That's great.
У меня висит на двух фарах.
I see this. I have the satellite on 2 tethers. One is secured to the satellite itself. One to the cover. Copy. Sasha, we are also receiving your video.
Принял.
Copy.
Сейчас размещусь.
Okay, let me position myself.
Так, я встал в якорь.
I'm currently in the anchor.
Олег, нахожусь в якоре.
Oleg, copy. Oleg. Speaking simultaneously.
Понимаешь, да? Так, мне...
You know what I mean?
Да, я понимаю.
Yes, I understand the direction of the launch and the direction of the assembly compartment at 30-degree angle to the Earth,
Попало на антенну.
and to make sure it doesn't hit the antennas and the magnetic flux.
Карабин
I am rehooking the
цепляю за чехол.
tether to the cover because the cover is remaining. Yes, you are going to keep the cover on the hook, on the large hook. Okay.
Russian flight controllers making sure that Artemiev has this small Peruvian science satellite properly tethered until he is in position to deploy the nanosatellite manually. This nanosatellite, once again, 2.2 pounds, I should say, 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches, a very small satellite that has a tiny camera to provide imagery in both visible light and infrared spectrum.
Could you move it a little?
This satellite will take measurements of pressure and temperature as it orbits the Earth. It will be deployed retrograde from the International Space Station to prevent any potential of recontacting the orbital outpost.
Do you think it's good? Are you talking to me? No, I'm talking to Oleg.
Плохая освещенность.
You're saying poor lighting. Could you repeat, please?
Ну да, у нас идет картинка.
Yes, we're receiving the video where we see your video is dark. Well, right now it is dark. It's still dark. The sun is not out yet. Should we wait for more light?
Давайте, запускать будем только на свету.
Okay, let's launch it only during the insulated part of the orbit. Okay. Okay, we're resting. Right now, Alex, touch it, try to move your arm around so you're more confident enough working with the satellite. But I'm not removing the cover yet. No, do not remove
The crew being instructed to wait until daylight as the International Space Station is about to pass into an orbital sunrise over the South Pacific before it begins a southwest to northeasterly track that will carry it across to the southwest coast of South America and up the heart of the Amazon jungle.
The anchor is comfortable.
Good view of Oleg Artemyev in the first minutes of his second spacewalk. He and Alexander Skvortsov having conducted a 7-hour, 23-minute spacewalk back on June 19th.
Back and forth and remaining in the anchor. Yes, 180 degrees, and you can select the most comfortable position, except it's kind of flexible, wobbly. Well, it's not going to come loose. I already took the photograph. Everything is fine. The general view. You'll show it again. Wait a second. Okay. I got it. One more time. Do not float away. I got it.
We were in a short handover between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system. We're about to regain our video downlink from the International Space Station and from the helmet cameras of both Oleg Artemyev, who is on the ladder outside of the hatchway to the Piers docking compartment, preparing to deploy the Peruvian nanosatellite called the Chasqui-1.
That looks beautiful. It's your second opportunity to stand here and look around, admiring the view. Did you activate the U.S. lights as well? Yes, I did. Is the left light one on? Yes. We lost the video from your helmet. Cameras will try to restore the light, and the time is getting closer for the sun to come out. Yes, it's getting more beautiful. We have cameras. Oleg, Sasha, are you ready? What do you think? Or should we wait a little bit? It's still, the anchor is with the dark sky in the background. Well, let's wait another minute. Oleg, I won't be able to secure myself that way. Sergey, you know, about the anchor, it's moving upwards. That's the problem. I'm rising. Well, then you will need to hold on to the handrail anyway. I think the stop didn't engage. I thought I was just imagining things, but I have now grown up by about 20 centimeters or so. Copy.
The view from Oleg Artemyev's helmet camera. Spectacular view over the South Pacific at an altitude of 260 miles, holding the Peruvian nanosatellite, the small science satellite that was launched on the ISS Progress 54 cargo ship from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan back on February 5th.
What do you think about the lighting conditions? It is now looking better. What about the GoPro I have on my sleeve? Should I keep it off? Yes, not activated now. Let your helmet camera and the photo camera work for now. Okay, Oleg started getting ready. I think it's time to start launching it with the Earth in the background. Okay, I copy. I'm starting to open the cover. Okay, say hi to Mr. Samburov. I opened the first panel. Okay, it's on. Please zoom in the camera. Table 2. Is the boot up and on the cover? Yes, we pulled out the boot up. Keep the cover. Okay, that's good. Keep the cover. Select a body position that's comfortable for the satellite launch and get ready. Okay, I'm selecting position.
Artemyev now positioning himself on the EVA ladder right outside of the hatchway of the Piers docking compartment, holding the Chasqui-1, the small Peruvian science satellite, as he gets ready to cast it away for its science mission in orbiting the Earth.
Okay, we're trying to make sure that Earth is in the viewfinder zone. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
And away it goes at 9:23 a.m. Central Time.
Try to follow its trajectory with your helmet camera. Okay, I understand. I am impressing the anchor. Foot restraint. It has floated away. Okay, let me know when you can see it. I can't go. Right now we see it.
So not quite 22 minutes into today's spacewalk, the Peruvian Chasqui-1 nanosatellite is now a free flyer to take pictures of the Earth in both the visible and infrared spectra, as well as to measure temperature and pressure as it orbits the Earth. This a science and engineering project from the National Engineering University in Lima, Peru.
I do not see it. Yes, nanosatellite. Okay, I see it. At this point, we're done with the nanosatellite launch, and we're continuing to operate for the nominal EVA timeline. You now need to remove the nanosatellite cover, and then you will need to deploy expose. Those are. Get it? Hold on.
With the Peruvian science satellite on its way, that task having been completed, the next step will be for Artemyev and Skvortsov to take a device called a monoblock, which is essentially a device that houses another experiment package, this one called the Expose-R, This Expose R science package is a package that contains a variety of different material science samples that will be mounted on a universal work platform on the Zvezda service module for a long period of exposure, as the name suggests, to the microgravity environment of space at an altitude of some 260 statute miles. There's a good view of Oleg Artemyev at the hatchway to the Pirs docking compartment. The Pirs serving both as a docking port and an airlock, launched back in September of 2001. And a good view from Artemyev's helmet camera as he looks inside the Pirs docking compartment to his crewmate, Alexander Skvortsov, who shortly will be moving outside to join Artemyev for the rest of today's spacewalk activities. Again, next up will be the transferring of this Expose R science package to the installation site at what is called a universal work platform on the Zvezda service module.
Let me hand you the Expose. Okay. And I will fix the camera. Okay, that one.
Once this Expose R monoblock, this science package, is installed on the universal work platform, our Skvortsov and Artemyev will connect a series of electrical connectors to make sure that the science package is receiving the proper power from the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
You got it? I got it. The second Expose R hook is on the EV ladder. Got it. I am going.
We are 26 minutes into a planned 6-hour, 15-minute spacewalk by Skvortsov and Artemyev. The spacewalk having begun with the opening of the hatch to the Pirs docking compartment at 9:02 a.m. Central Time. And the first task having been completed at 9:23 a.m. Central Time, the manual deployment of the Chasky-1 Peruvian science satellite, a very tiny nano satellite that was manually deployed by Oleg Artemyev from the spacewalk ladder right outside of the Pirs hatchway.
Looks nice and sunny.
The International Space Station currently flying over northern Argentina, moving from southwest to northeast in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator.
Now it's secured. Oh, copy. Copy, Sasha. I'm currently releasing the extender, other extender. Oh no, Alex. I don't see you, Alexander. Something got undone. What got undone? The camera holder. I don't know how, but it did.
Так надо его теперь залет. Надо, чтобы он не улетел вообще.
Now I just need to make sure it doesn't fly away altogether.
Им надо еще подписка, резиночка.
Alexander, I can't see you. That's right, you're not supposed to from where you are standing.
Это трансцент, который с Варсовкой?
Are you talking about the one on the Velcro? Yes. Maybe you can reattach it to Velcro.
Да, я его на Варсовку. И,
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the Velcro.
в принципе, он потребует.
I won't be able to restrain it with the elastic band,
Я думаю,
but
не оторвется.
it should hold, I hope.
Но по-другому я не могу все.
But there's really nothing else I can do at this point.
Что-то принципиальное? Да,
Alexander, is it something important? It was.
принято. Потом расскажешь.
Copy. I guess you'll tell us later.
Хорошо.
Okay.
Так, Серег, ну что, я перехожу на служебный модуль или пока подождать?
So, Sergey, am I going to start translating to the service module, or do I need to wait for something?
Сань, тебе помогать надо? Нет.
Alexander, do you need my help?
Сейчас.
No.
Крылобаком разберусь.
Let me figure things out with the crew logback.
Солнце, да. Солнце ушло, совсем другое дело.
Finally, the sun. Fully entire different story when the sun's out.
Да, слышу теперь.
Oleg, can you hear me okay? Now I hear you okay, but before I didn't.
Продольный проволочный малого диаметра.
Okay, you can translate to the longitudinal handrails.
Слушай, а может я БКДО сейчас подам сразу? Или потом подойду, уже заберу?
Sergey,
Не знаю.
can I pass him the Bacadillo, or
Мало ли что. Ладно, хорошо.
should he get it later?
Хорошо, договорились.
Right now is not the best time to deal with
Отходов.
Bacadillo. Bloom impingement and deposit monitoring unit. Okay, we'll take care of it later then.
Так, один фал зацепил.
All right, so one tether is hooked.
Так, фал переменной длины на продольных поручнях малого диаметра.
An adjustable tether is secured to the longitudinal handrails on the small diameter. Copy.
Фал постоянной длины тоже полностью перешел на малый диаметр.
And
Принято, Олег.
the non-adjustable tether is also secured to the longitudinal handrail on the small diameter. We copy, Oleg.
Фал экспоза.
One equipment tether of expose R kit is on the small diameter. Copy.
Второй фал экспоза на малом диаметре.
And the second expose R tether is secured to the small diameter. Copy. And one of the expose R hooks need to be
Произошло в автомат.
attached to your short
Перещелкнул.
tether.
Все заработало.
Okay, and this is Alexander. I just switched to auto mode. It's actually power cycle. It's working now. One exposed R tether is attached and secured on my short non-adjustable tether. Copy, Oleg. And while you're there, could you take some pictures of the general view? Especially we're interested in close-ups also of MLI. This alarm was coming from me, Alexander. My backup fan came on. Oleg, stand by. Let me figure out what's going on. One of my switches flipped, so I had to flip it back in the right position, and so now primary fan is working.
Так, сейчас у меня вопрос, Сереж.
Sergey, I have a question for you. Alexander, I'm all ears.
У меня получилось переворот дисплея.
My display rotated 180 degrees.
Чтобы он ко мне вернулся.
And I need for it to go back so I could read it. Okay, Sasha, do you need Oleg's help? How can Oleg help me with this one?
Все работает сейчас. Просто
No, it's working now.
когда начал выносить, фалом зацепился за...
But when I was taking something out,
В общем, такая ситуация.
my tether got snagged on a switch and it flipped. So it's not a greatest thing. It's working now. Anyway. But my display is still upside down. Although I understand the oxygen pressure is 355 and 27.8 is the voltage on my battery. Okay, Alexander, when we have time, when you have time, we'd like you to flip the display back so you can read it, so it's not upside down. Okay. So tell us when you're ready, Alexander. I'm getting closer to EVA ladder. I know, that's why I told you to do it when you have a chance, not right away.
A good view of Alexander Skvortsov on the top.
Yes, I'm out.
Wearing the Orlan suit with the red stripes, and his spacewalking partner Oleg Artemiev in the blue striped Orlan suit.
Oleg, do you see it?
As they are
No.
setting up all of their tools and tethers for the installation of the Expose R science package that you see in that gold box, if you will, that carrying a variety of material science samples that will be mounted on the universal work platform on that side of the Zvezda service module a short time from now.
Towards the service module. You see, Oleg, what's going to happen is... All right, well, if you're reluctant, then let's not touch it. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Right, so this is what we're going to do. So I've configured everything to original configuration, and I'm going along the longitudinal handrails. One exposed R tether is attached to my short tether, and I am located next to the window. Yes, and we are watching. We're getting a really beautiful video downlink right now. Very good. And I am at the circumferential handrails of the small diameter. Oleg, we copy your left.
было. Экспозу, наверное, покороче стал делать. Что, длинный?
We should have made expose our tether a lot shorter, just like we have on KPU tool carrier. Why, is it too long? Yeah, it's a little long.
Что, а может мне его повесить на ларч? На ларч один? Вот это будет пристёг.
Alexander, what do you think about me hooking it to a large hook on the red? Oleg, this is Sergey. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Я так вижу, что ты его более-менее контролируешь.
And that's complete. And I see that you keep monitoring where it is. And you can keep translating while it will move with you.
Саш, а ты тогда потихонечку идешь своего хода. Да, я вам за ним иду.
And Alexander, you can start slowly to translate to your work area. That's what I'm doing.
Полностью перешел на кольцевые поручни малого диаметра.
And I am tethered to the small diameter circumferential handrails, and I am standing right across from window number 13. I see that.
Идем в сторону РК-21. На вторую плоскость. О, какая лента.
And we're going towards FP21.
Да, точно, РК-21, вижу ее, наблюдаю.
RK-21. I see it. I actually have a good visual on it.
Солнышко.
So bright.
Так, Тань.
All right, Alexander. What?
Не перепутаться бы нам с тобой.
I just don't want our tethers to entangle. They shouldn't, Oleg.
Так, дошел до фиксирующей платы номер 3.
And I am at the restraint panel number 3.
Замок.
Copy. We have a lock here.
Батареи. Такой остренький.
It's kind of close to the solar array, and it's sort of sharp.
Да, ты с этим узлом зачековки осторожней.
Be careful with the
Вот видишь, вот такой вот он.
tip pins.
Как ёж.
Yeah, I know. Alexander, could you take a look?
Так, ну что, мы находимся уже напротив РК-21. Сейчас это...
And
and we are right at Arcade 21. I'm going to go to the gap spinner and then to the universal work platform, correct? Yes, towards plane 3.
Да. И после, конечно, скорости нам уменьшили. Развернемся.
It's kind of hard to follow along with these handrails. Let me turn around.
Так. Непорядок.
Not good.
Она проверит, не спрашивает. Он прилетел. Что ты говоришь?
Oleg, what are you saying? Oleg, what'd you say? Nothing, nothing.
This is Mission Control Houston, 46 minutes into today's spacewalk by Alexander Skvortsov and Oleg Artemyev, the two cosmonauts opening up the hatch to the Pirs docking compartment at 9:02 a.m. Central Time to mark the official start of this 181st spacewalk in support of space station assembly and maintenance, the second spacewalk each for Skvortsov and Artemyev. Skvortsov is wearing the Russian Orlan suit bearing the red stripes. His helmet camera you see in this view marked number 18 in the lower right-hand corner of this view from Skvortsov. Artemyev is extravehicular crew member number 2, and you're looking at his helmet camera view, number 17. He is wearing the Russian Orlan suit bearing the blue stripes. Just 21 minutes into the spacewalk, Artemyev was on the ladder, the spacewalk ladder, right outside of the Pirs hatchway. He manually deployed a Peruvian science satellite, a very small science satellite called the Chasqui-1, named after the Chasqui Inca culture, the name meaning messenger, a 4-inch by 4-inch by 4-inch satellite weighing 2.2 pounds that was deployed retrograde of the station to prevent any potential for recontact with station structure. That satellite that contains its own small video camera will be measuring pressure and temperature in the void of space as it orbits the Earth. That satellite, a project from the National Engineering University of Lima, Peru, under a contractual agreement with the Russian Federal Space Agency, which launched the Chasqui-1 satellite on the ISS Progress 54 cargo ship back on February 5th. The crew now making its way onto the structure of the Zvezda service module, tethering themselves as they move along for the second task that will be the transfer and installation of a science package called Expose R that carries a variety of material science samples. Expose R will be installed on the universal work platform on the plane of the Zvezda service module and will be hooked up to a series of electrical connectors to gather measurements on the effect of the microgravity environment on those science samples.
Олег, проверь, чтобы замок был заведен. А то мне полоски белые не видно.
Oleg, can you
Полоски замок заведен.
check that the lock is armed? Because I don't see the white lines. I can't tell if it's armed or not. Or in the engaged position. You also can tell by making sure that the teeth are not in contact. Yep, it's fully rotational, and the stopper is not triggered. Okay. First, I need to set it up.
Может, вам вдвоем разместиться или как? Или ты хочешь один?
Oleg, do you think that it would be better if Alexander could help you, or you think you can do it yourself? It's not hard. I'm just verifying that everything is where it should be and in the right config.
Подожди. Надо сначала вот эту завести. Мою сторону. Ты видишь?
Wait, first we need to bring in the side. This side.
Ага, выше.
Go up.
Нет.
Further up. I think it's in. No, Alexander, first I need to install my side.
Закручу.
Okay, so it's in. And we're going to tighten it. Awesome.
Серега, как там насчет циклограмма?
Sergey, how are we doing on the timeline?
Если что, я вам буду...
You're good. If anything comes up, I'll let you know.
Угу. Так. Здесь зафиксировался ли? Да? Да.
I think this side is
Все. Флажок тут нужно? Да.
secured.
На себе. Закрыто, чтобы стопор.
And the stopper needs to trip.
Ну, давай.
Yeah, but in order to achieve that, Oleg, you need to do a quarter turn with a wrench. Guys, you need to turn it quarter of a turn. Yes, we know. That's what we're trying to do. First, we need to tighten it and then install the stopper. Okay, and Alexander, keep tightening while Oleg is retrieving a photo camera. Okay. Let me move down a little.
На четверть достаточно, да?
A quarter of a turn is sufficient, right? Yes, quarter of a turn is great.
Закрутил на четверть.
Okay.
Убираю ключ.
Tighten by quarter of a turn.
Убрал ключ.
And I'm restowing my wrench. And that's complete. Copy. And I'm going to set up the stopper.
Все, стопор стоит.
And that's complete, Sergey. Copy.
Сейчас я свой карабин.
After a pull test, the connection looks good. And let me actually move out one of the hooks on my tethers. The sun is really bright on this side, which is bad. And Sergey, are we taking the tethers back with us? Yes, would like you to take the tethers with you.
контролирующий этот летает. Смотри.
Олег,
Вот перед глазами.
there's some restraint item that's floating around, and it's not attached to anything. What is it? That thing. Oh, no, it's okay.
Так, провода, кабели освобождаем.
Okay, we're going to free up the cables.
Временная фиксация.
Принято, Олег.
From temporary restraint. And we see that.
Освободили.
Oleg.
Проводку.
All right, then that's complete. We'll put the wire tie aside so it's not in the way. Okay, patch. Connector plate 20 is the next connector plate. Is that correct?
Олег, нужны 20-й, 3-й и 20-й, 2-й.
And under there, you were looking for 20-3 or 20-2.
Разъем первый.
Okay, and connector 1 is 20-2. Copy. And I see it.
Тут смотри, Олег, твой файл не мешает тебе?
Oleg, is your tether in your way? No, it actually went behind the connector, and I straightened it up. And can I work in any sequence, Sergey? Actually, Oleg, I have a request. The first connector that needs to be mated is 20-3. Okay, no problem.
Достаю.
Okay, no problem. So retrieving 20-3.
Открываю крышечку.
Removing cap.
Проверяем взведение в открытом защелка.
Verifying the trigger is in the right position.
Достаем 20-3. Видно?
Do you see it? It's 20-3. Do you see it or do you not see it? We see the connector. We can't read the label. Make sure that you match them up. Okay, can you see the view from my camera? This is Alexander. I can't figure out where your video camera downlink is. I'm trying to find it.
Разъем 20-3 состыкован.
Okay, connector 20-3 is mated, surprisingly very easily. And Oleg, let's try to do the same with 20-2 while we're still getting telemetry. Okay, working on it. Oleg, we're just getting confirmation via telemetry that the first connector has been mated successfully.
Отличная новость.
Wonderful. Great news. Alexander, I found where your camera video downlink was, so now we have video from your camera as well.
Потом надо будет куда-то пристроить вот эти два транспортировочных фала.
Okay, and Oleg will need you to find a good place for the two equipment tethers. Well, there's really nowhere else to put them other than the crew log bag, unless I can attach them to myself. Will it impact your translation? I have no idea. And this is Oleg. I can take one or two.
Okay,
Oleg, I think it will be better if you take it.
Во-первых, сейчас резинка, ручка освободится около бога.
Because that way you will free up the bungee that Sasha can use, and so you can attach one using that bungee.
Так, достал разъем
Okay.
20-2. Ввел его.
Принято.
Достал платы.
I took the connector and I took the plate.
20-2.
That's connector 20-2.
Никаких посторонних.
Хорошо, Алекс.
No fault in the area, nothing. It all looks good, and so I'm
Ой, как смазывает.
mating it.
Все, стыковался.
So they are mated at this time. Okay, so now put them on the plate.
Закрываю.
I have put them on the plate, and now using the MLI cover it. Okay, that's all good. So we copy all the information that both connectors have been mated.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour into the spacewalk by Skvortsov and Artemyev. The Expose R payload, the package of material science samples, has been installed on the Universal Work Platform on the plane of the Zvezda service module, and the electrical connectors have now been mated as well. As you can see in this helmet camera view from Artemyev's helmet, he is closing the thermal insulation flap over the panel to the science package, the Expose R. So the second major task is now complete in this spacewalk. The crew just about right on the timeline, as they then now will prepare to move towards a translation to a location on the service module where the automated phased array antenna is located. This also on the service module. This automated phased array antenna to enhance communications from the Russian segment of the International Space Station was installed by Skvortsov and Artemyev during their 7-hour, 23-minute spacewalk back on June 19th. So the first two major tasks have been completed, the deployment of the Peruvian science satellite and the installation of the Expose R science package on the hull of the Zvezda service module on a universal work platform. Its electrical connectors have now been mated. We are currently in a handover between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system.
What did you say?
We have voice communications back with the crew outside the International Space Station. We should be reacquiring a television signal about 11 minutes from now. The spacewalk that began at 9:02 a.m. Central Time with the opening of the hatch to the Piers docking compartment, now 1 hour, 2 minutes long. The spacewalk expected to last a shade over 6 hours today.
Hey guys, can you hear me? So are we covering the plate? Sergey, we received all the pictures, or got all the pictures. The plate has been photographed. Okay, well, Sasha is putting away the camera. No, I've already done that. Okay, so my request is, do you mind looking? If the caps are on.
Russian flight controllers are now reporting that good telemetry is being received from the Expose R science payload that was hooked up just a few minutes ago. Its electrical connections mated properly. It is residing now on a universal work platform on the Zvezda service module. So good reports so far on the aliveness of this Expose R experiment.
No, just hand tight. This should work. This should be sufficient. Okay, I am doing this right now. No, it all looks good. It's fine. Okay, it's all closed. Okay, we copy. So now closed. That means that it's torqued, right? Yes. It should align the groove with the ridge? Well, I don't see the ridge.
Мостик, смотреть на Затор.
Okay, well, look at the markings. If you see the marking that is closed, then it should work.
Да, да, да.
Ну вот ты видишь, я не знаю, вот так вот.
I don't know. Can you see this? I can't tell. Is it
Ну, у нас сейчас
clear from here? No, we don't have the KU band at this time.
Там с одной
Okay,
стороны
well, on one side,
белая полоска, вот эта белая полоска
you have a white
должна быть
strip.
open.
So the white strip should be above the word open. Is that correct? Or
Да.
the other way around?
Нет, у тебя, значит,
No, you
носик должен смотреть на closed.
the plus sign should point to close.
Белые полоски или это которые обрублены? Может,
Which one? The white
оба носика можно
line or the one that's shorter?
То, что обрубленный,
Look at the one that's shorter.
наискосок.
It should be
Вот это и есть носик.
to the side. So that's the one that I'm talking about.
закрыто. Будет
Okay, so it was open, now it is closed.
напряжение.
Принято, Олег.
Okay, Oleg, we copy.
Между делом на GoPro здесь вот немножко поснимай.
Сейчас включу.
Do you mind also taking pictures of the wire here
Включил.
while you're there?
У нас хорошо.
Okay.
Заодно и плату.
So also I took pictures of the panel of the plate while I was here.
Так, может быть, с другой стороны эти носики посмотреть?
Should I look from the other side as well?
Skvortsov and Artemiev are currently taking an opportunity to check all of the locks on the universal work platform.
Олег,
This platform designed for a variety of extravehicular activity work by the cosmonauts on the International Space Station, mounted on one of the planes of the Zvezda service module, now housing the Expose R science package that was installed and hooked up electronically just a few minutes ago.
Right after the sunset, we will stay in
The next step will be the installation of a restraint clamp for a mechanical adapter that will be attached to the automated phased array antenna on the Zvezda service module. The AFAR antenna, as the acronym in Cyrillic indicates, was installed back on June 19th by Skvortsov and Artemiev during their previous spacewalk together, 7 hours and 23 minutes back on June the 19th.
Alexander Alexandrovich Oleg. Hello. Hello, greetings. We wanted to talk to you about a few things. How are you feeling?
У меня все в порядке.
I'm fine.
Я никогда так хорошо не был.
I never felt better. What about the temperature? Are you warm? Are you okay? Yes, we're comfortable.
Ну, сначала захолодить надо было, да, но сейчас вроде получше.
Okay, in the beginning, we were a little on the warmer side, but now we're fine.
Вам рекомендую так минутный отдых. Но смотрите, у вас низкая температура на входе, костюм жилой, поэтому смотрите, чтобы как чуть не охладить. А так желаем.
Saying that they never felt better, Skvortsov and Artemiev now 1 hour, 8 minutes into the spacewalk. In this, their 146th day
Okay, thank you, Dave.
in space since launching from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan back on March 26th. Their Soyuz crewmate, Expedition 40 Commander Steve Swanson, is isolated inside the Poisk module on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station, as the flight rules call for when a crew member's crewmates are outside in the vacuum of space. This provides Swanson with a free and clear access to the Soyuz TMA-12M spacecraft that is attached to Poisk, while the other three crew members on board the International Space Station, Max Sarayev, Reed Wiseman, and Alexander Gerst, are free to move about the U.S. segment of the International Space Station conducting other work today.
And we will be rotating the solar array at that time so that it doesn't keep you from moving along plane 3.
Хорошо.
Sounds good.
Александр.
Да.
The International Space Station flying from northwest to southeast, 260 miles above China on this orbit of the Earth. We are expecting to reacquire our downlink television capability just a few minutes from now.
Menu. To get access to the main menu. Okay, done.
И входим в панель управления.
Now go into the control panel.
Так, панель управления. Нет, да? Или первое?
Да, это
Okay, is that the first one?
среднее окно.
It's the middle window.
Среднее окно.
Есть панель управления.
Okay, I'm in the control panel.
Есть
Нажимаешь
панель
«Да».
управления, вошел.
I am in the control panel.
И там есть
Now click yes.
Еще раз, да, да?
So another yes. Click it yes one more time.
экран надо. Нет, там в экран.
You need the screen.
The next step
Yes, I
after the crew has a moment or two to regroup outside the Russian segment of the station will be their installation of a restraint clamp to assist in additional gripping capability on a mechanical adapter on this automated phased array antenna that they themselves installed back in June during the previous spacewalk they conducted. The spacewalk today, the second for both Skvortsov and Artemyev. The automated phased array antenna clamp holder installation task should take just a few minutes to complete, and while they're in the vicinity, they'll be moving to window number 13, one of a variety of windows on the Zvezda service module, to take samples of what is called a space experiment named TEST. This is designed to collect residue samples from the windows on the outside of the Russian segment of the International Space Station to determine how thruster residue collects on various structures on the Russian segment of the complex.
You know,
Был перерывчик связи.
we had a short dropout.
Основной.
Счетчик в левом углу работает?
In the left corner, you should see counter. Is it working? I can't see very well. Let me try to see. Sure, try and see if you can see it.
Сейчас.
Okay, stand by. Hold on.
Посмотри, у меня баллон основной 322, напряжение 20.
Okay, it says 322,
Гравитация есть.
voltage 28. It's all normal, within the norm.
И вот это,
Okay, now Oleg,
которое время
the counter that shows the EVA time is working?
Нет, не работает.
No, it's not. It's not working. Hold on. Okay.
никаких цифр сейчас нет.
Do you see any numbers there at all?
Пустой квадратик.
Or is it just a empty square? Yes.
Ну,
Okay.
давайте, время есть.
So we have time still. Let's try to bring it back to life.
Давай.
Sure.
Входим в главное меню
Enter the main menu
и в панель управления.
and control panel.
Есть панель управления.
Okay, I'm in the control panel now.
Затем в окно конт. Это отключен контроль.
Then you need to go to the window that says
Включен
Output
контроль, да?
Counter, which means turn off the control. So is your control on or off?
У меня горит включен контроль.
I have the indicator that the control is on.
Давай мы его отключим.
Okay, let's turn it off. Click yes.
Нажал, да.
Okay, I have clicked yes.
Контроль включен написано.
So what do you see now?
Просто контроль включен горит.
It just says control is on at this time. Okay, understood. Push it one more time.
Ну, ушли опять. Счетчик пошел.
So now I see the counter incrementing, and actually I have 40 minutes. We copy. So press button menu, sound, go back to the original screen.
Там пару раз нажать надо.
You need to backtrack and click back a couple of times. Okay, it shows 0041 in the left corner and main pressure 320. The heat exchanger is working. Okay, we copy. We'll leave it in this configuration. Okay, leaving in this config. Thank you, Gena.
Всегда, пожалуйста.
You're always welcome. Blinking. I think somebody is saying hello. Yeah, but the question is, the language is strange. I don't recognize it. I don't think they're saying salam alaikum. I think it's not the language that we recognize.
Ну вы там где-то над Пакистанами.
Hey guys, you are, I think, flying over Pakistan?
Над Пакистаном, да?
Over Pakistan.
Где-то там.
Somewhere there.
Ну, арабский язык слышно.
Okay, yeah, it sounds like Arabic.
The International Space Station is actually flying over Hong Kong as we speak, moving from northwest to southeast in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. 1 hour, 18 minutes into the spacewalk, the two cosmonauts, Alexander Skvortsov and Oleg Artemyev, well into their second spacewalk in this Expedition 40 suite of spacewalks. Their first spacewalk together back on June 19th. They've already deployed a Peruvian nanosatellite, a small science satellite, and installed a package of material science experiments on the Universal Work Platform on the Zvezda service module. Next, on the list of tasks for this spacewalk, the installation of a restraint clamp to assist in gripping a mechanical adapter on an automated phased array antenna that they installed back in June.
Okay, guys, can you hear me? Yes, we have you loud and clear. Okay, guys. So, look, we want to move the solar array number 2 into zone 2. Can you see it well? Yes, of course, it's right here. Okay, so make sure that nobody is in the area when we are rotating it. Yes, okay, let us move away. Yes, once you're ready for us to rotate the solar array, let us know. Yes, we will.
Хорошо. Готов.
Okay, we're ready. Oleg.
Да, сейчас.
Yes, yes.
Хочешь сказать Максиму,
Okay.
работать в следующем выходе?
Do you have recommendations for Maxim for the next EVA?
Он будет отправлять в полет эту РК?
Is he going to send this car? Yes.
Нет. Она так даже лучше уйдет.
It will be even better this way.
Ага. Но завтра сейчас ее нельзя отправить. Олег, а то был нано-спутник, теперь будет еще один спутник.
Alex, now we're going to have the nano satellite. Okay, tell them that you're ready for the solar array to be rotated. No, but I'm not ready yet.
Я готов.
I'm ready here.
Готов, Олег, да?
Are you guys ready? Oleg, are you ready?
Я смотрю.
Yes.
Вам видно что-нибудь, нет?
Can you see anything? I'm looking at it.
Видим только кусок металла.
We only see a piece of metal.
Все, мы начинаем вращать батарею.
So we are starting to rotate the solar array, if you don't mind.
Пошла.
It's moving? Okay, Oleg, you can see it? Good.
Да идет. А что идет? Батарея.
Yes, moving what? The solar array. I see that it jump a little bit. I don't see anything. No, it's moving. You can see that it started moving.
Once the solar arrays on the Zvezda service module are positioned into their correct orientation for the next pass into an orbital sunrise that will be coming up shortly, Skvortsov and Artemiev will then press ahead to move to the next work site where the automated phased array antenna is located, a new antenna that was installed back on June 19th in their previous spacewalk together to enhance high data rate communications and telemetry from the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
Go here? Yes.
Сейчас, может быть, дотронется до тебя чуть-чуть. Нет, она прошла уже. Держись. Вот, сейчас. Еще сейчас. Вот, сейчас. Все, она больше тебя уже не тронет.
Okay, so that's it. Hang in here, and that's it. It's not going to go any further.
Да, тень ползет. Чудо какое прям. Сама крутится. Батарея стоит вдоль.
Okay, so the battery has stopped. The array has stopped. Okay, hold on. We want to see the telemetry first to make sure that it's not going to move anymore. Okay, guys, the array is fixed and it's not going to move anymore. Okay, guys, let's agree on the following. You, Sasha, will slowly move to the second plate. Be careful, I think you're touching the array. I guess I need to move away from this zone. Should we move these? Okay, this tether, let me switch it. Okay. Sergey, you were saying? I was suggesting that you start moving to the next workstation. Sasha goes to the second plate, situates himself there. Oleg, you move slowly, translate to the AFAR. Okay. Should I grab the tethers then, or what? Yes. It's better to take the tethers. Okay, will do.
The view from Alexander Skvortsov's helmet camera as he and Oleg Artemiev move to the next work site on the Zvezda service module for the installation of a restraint clamp to facilitate gripping capability on a mechanical adapter that's part of an automated phased array antenna that was installed back on June 19th during a spacewalk by these same two cosmonauts that lasted 7 hours and 23 minutes. We are currently approaching the 1 hour 30-minute mark in today's spacewalk. The crew is not only on the timeline, they're running slightly ahead of the timeline.
Operator 1 is at the work spot. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put it opposite the lock that had the issue. Okay, Oleg, I have a question. Is the hook engaged? Yes. Open. Well, during the translation. Well, are you here? Yes. Do not catch on this. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I am bringing up a opening for the clamp because it was we had a wire there. Okay, check this particular clamp. Make sure it's in good condition, otherwise you will be reporting problems for future reference. Okay. Copy.
Skvortsov and Artemiev are at the automated phased array antenna on the hull of the Zvezda service module. This antenna is something that they are very familiar with, having installed it back on June 19th on the previous spacewalk they took together.
Okay.
Now, 1 hour, 31 minutes into the spacewalk, they'll be installing a handrail clamp holder, basically a restraint clamp that will assist future spacewalkers in gripping a mechanical adapter on this phased array antenna that is mounted on the Zvezda service module.
Okay, I'm looking at the clamp again. I think it got loose, or no, tightened, but a couple of turns. Well, yes, just in case, let's tighten it. Okay. Should I activate GoPro or no need? Well, Oleg, are you going to be twisting your arm and working at the same time? No, I don't think it's worth it. Just take a video of that later during the insulated part of the orbit. Just go thoroughly, slowly, no rush. Okay, do you see it? Yes, I see it. We see the video. Okay, I engaged it preliminarily. So, these particular pins are, little wires are apart. Yes, you can remove rat. Well, it's not in the way. Let it be. Okay. Copy. Well, they did design it well.
The view from Oleg Artemiev's helmet camera as he works with Alexander Skvortsov to install a restraint clamp on an automated phased array antenna on the hull of the Zvezda service module. Once installed, it will be wire tied in place for extra security. The two crew members will then move to one of the myriad of windows on the service module, in this case window number 13, to collect samples in an experiment called the Test Space Experiment, as they collect samples to measure thruster residue and other particulate matter that accumulate on the windows of the International Space Station.
Do you think we can use the wrench a little bit? Well,
while the spacewalk continues, Expedition 40 Commander Steve Swanson is isolated in the Poisk module on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station, to which the 38th Soyuz vehicle, otherwise known as Soyuz TMA-12M, that he launched in back on March 26th with Skvortsov and Artemyev. Swanson, per the flight rules, isolated during the spacewalk. He has a laptop computer with him so that he can brush up on entry and landing techniques. The three crew members, Swanson, Skvortsov, and Artemyev, scheduled to return to Earth for a landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan near the town of Zhezkazgan on the morning of September 11th, Kazakhstan time. The other three crew members are also conducting a variety of work as they are monitoring the spacewalk from the U.S. segment of the International Space Station. Max Sarayev, Reed Wiseman of NASA, Alexander Gerst of the European Space Agency. Wiseman and Gerst currently in their midday meal. They will be conducting a conference with specialists on the ground a couple of hours from now as they conduct a debriefing on the activity that took place last Friday as they released the Cygnus cargo craft from Orbital Sciences back out into a free-flying orbit following a month attached to the Harmony module of the International Space Station. The Cygnus cargo craft that delivered some 3,300 pounds of cargo and scientific experiments and other supplies for the crew on the station was released last Friday and was deorbited, burning up in a fiery reentry back into the Earth's atmosphere over the southern Pacific Ocean yesterday.
Подождешь немножко?
Oleg, would you like to get a break? Well, what I'm thinking is I'm tightening it by hand, but then there is a reverse motion. It's releasing it. We don't, for some reason. However, I don't see it rotating. So maybe something is wrong. I'm wondering.
Твой друг
Well,
Владимир Мазуров говорит?
your friend Vladimir Mazurov is saying everything is fine, so wrap it up.
Ну хорошо.
Okay.
То есть закручивать не надо, да?
Okay, so I do not need to tighten it.
Что ты сделал? Вот сейчас проволока более-менее...
Well, everything you have done up to now, does the wire tie block prevent it from releasing?
Просто не улетит.
Yes, I do not think it will float away. That's for sure. It's not going to float away if it's released. As far as it disengaging, well, you see, I tightened it to a hard stop. I can tighten it a little bit more. Now, just secure it to the handrail. We do not want to see any damage occurring, so let it get point. So I understand that, Sasha, you finished working with the rubber band. Do you see it? Yes, I see it. Okay, yes, I am done with that. Okay, copy.
До выхода из тени осталось 2 минуты.
Until the, we have 2 minutes until the end of the eclipse. Okay.
Чтобы никаких у нас не было
Okay.
вопросов.
To avoid any...
And at 10:44 a.m. Central Time, confirmation in that exchange from the Russian flight controllers that the clamp, this restraint clamp on the automated phased array antenna on the outside of the service module has been installed and wire tied in place. The crew now will make their way to window number 13 along the longitudinal axis of the service module to collect samples of residue and other particulate matter, part of the analysis of what collects on the outside of one of the windows on the International Space Station as it orbits in a low Earth orbit, the microgravity environment.
Хорошо, Олег.
That's good, Oleg.
Так. Так. Бедная шестая плата, вся такая зажатая.
For flight number 6, it's all squeezed in here.
И вы подумайте, в какой-то период времени, Олег,
And, Oleg,
на фоне чего?
I think when it would be a good opportunity to take a photograph of Sasha and gain some sort of background. The eclipse is ending.
У тебя классно получается. Ты это отвинул, да, и нажал.
It works so well for you. You just
Да, я-то прицеливался.
you moved it apart. Yes, I was trying to aim. We should have just set it for taking photographs at regular intervals.
У нас сейчас фотоаппарат пока не...
Notable. I'm going to let my hands rest a little bit more.
With the installation of this restraint clamp on the automated phased array antenna, the crew is approximately 25 to 30 minutes ahead of the timeline, taking a breather at the moment before they move on to window number 13 to collect samples from that window of any residue that may be present on the outside of the window, residue that will be collected and put in a special container so that it can be analyzed at a later date. The spacewalk today, the 181st in support of space station assembly and maintenance, began at 9:02 a.m. Central Time with the opening of the hatch to the Pirs docking compartment. Russian EVA spacewalk duration is measured from hatch open to hatch close, as opposed to U.S. spacewalks that are measured from the time that U.S. spacesuits are placed on internal battery power until the Quest airlock is repressurized. The first order of business was taken care of in the first 21 minutes of the spacewalk as Oleg Artemyev, standing on a ladder outside of the Pirs airlock hatchway, manually deployed a small Peruvian nanosatellite called the Chasqui-1 for the National Engineering University in Lima, Peru. This satellite, measuring 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches, weighing just 2.2 pounds, went tumbling off aft of the service module of the International Space Station to prevent any potential for recontact. This satellite will measure temperature and pressure as it orbits the Earth and use a camera to take imagery of the Earth. The small satellite carrying the name of Chasqui-1, the name coming from the Inca culture of Peru, the Chasqui Inca tribe. The name stands for messenger. The crew then pressed ahead in smart fashion as they installed a science experiment package on a universal work platform on the outside of the service module called the Expose-R, and just completed the installation of this restraint clamp on an automated phased array antenna, a large antenna that was mounted back in June by Skvortsov and Artemyev during their previous spacewalk to enhance communications and high data rate telemetry from the Russian segment of the station.
Start moving, yes. Time to go. Oh, you wanted us to take photographs. We're waiting for a little bit more light. A little bit more? Well, how much longer? A couple of minutes maybe? We do have some time reserved. What should I be taking photographs of right now? What did you want? The attached plate? The plate? Well, you see, I can take a photograph of the attachment plate from MRM. We have a good view on that. Oleg, you're going to be able to see from GoPro everything, how the clamp is installed. Okay, taking GoPro video. Oleg, also, could you do a sweep over the plate as well with the camera? And as we agreed, Sasha, you're going to translate first. And when you get to window 13, we'll start the test. Okay.
This movement by Skvortsov and Artemyev from the automated phased array antenna to window number 13, just a very short distance. And again, they'll be collecting residue samples from the window as part of the ongoing evaluation of residue buildup from thruster contamination from the Russian thrusters on the Zvezda surface module and other particulate matter from low Earth orbit.
Copy. Deactivated.
Выключил GoPro.
I deactivated GoPro.
И пошли.
And we're moving on.
Там единственная просьба.
The only request is the STTM. I have a STTM there. You are going to translate along plane 3. Past the Christmas tree, so to speak. Inaudible?
У меня сработал выходное устройство.
My reaction was that to an EV letters. Sasha.
А? Сработал, говорю, выходное устройство, выходное.
So my reaction was EV letter.
Красиво плату сделал, да.
Wow, this plate was done beautifully.
Чтобы надо на 20-й за такую резинку.
We need to put that bungee on number 20.
Тут надо, наверное, в эту сторону уходить, да?
We probably need to translate in this direction.
Нет, надо туда.
No, you need to go to the right. I understand to the right, but we need to move.
Движки. Я вот думаю, может перепрыгнуть на ту, вот так, вертикально.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we should put it in a vertical position. In this, over here, on this plate.
Олег, помнишь, да?
Alex, do you remember 2234, 2235?
Это имеется в виду напротив иллюминатора?
Is it opposite the window?
Иллюминатор 12.
And window number 12.
Ой, 13.
13. 13.
13.
13. So, what do I have here? Antenna.
Skvortsov and Artemiev moving to window number 13 on the hull of the Zvezda service module for the collection of residue samples with hardware called the test space experiment that they'll place in a container and bring inside for later analysis on the ground by Russian engineers.
Go to the right.
The International Space Station is currently flying over the South Pacific, moving from southwest to northeast. This orbit to carry the orbital laboratory and its 6 crew members across the west coast of South America to the south of Lima, Peru, not far from the National Engineering University that concocted and fabricated the Chasqui-1 satellite, the nano-satellite that was deployed 21 minutes into today's spacewalk by Artemiev from the EVA ladder outside the hatchway to the Pier's docking compartment.
Well, we need to go back and to the right. We need to move in the direction of plane 4. Yes, in the direction of plane 4. We're still at window 12. You see, that is plane 2. We need to go further. No, here's the window. I think you need to go to the right from the longitudinal handrails if you're looking at the PHO. While you were at the longitudinal handrail, you need to go to the circular handrail to the right. Over there? Well, I was turned around in that particular instance.
You moved over there so successfully, and now I'm successfully moving back. This is antenna right above you. Above me? Yes. Make sure it doesn't get stuck. Maybe this side is better. You moved over here. Maybe here's a better place. Because it's sharp and it may get stuck. You tried above me? Yes, it is. Will I be able to move past it on the right side? Yes, there are 2 handrails here. I will give you some room here. No hurry. Give me the hook, please, yes. Where do you want it? Here. And will I be able to move straight ahead here, Alex? Just like this? Yes. Keep climbing.
You're looking at the view out of Oleg Artemiev's helmet camera
I see what was holding.
as the pair orbit 260 miles above the Earth in the void of space, approaching the west coast of South America.
Push it through? Yes. I pulled it through. I'm coming.
Alexander Skvortsov wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes. Right next to him is Oleg Artemiev as they are tethering their way handrail by handrail over to window number 13 on the Zvezda service module to collect residue samples for the experiment called the space test experiment.
Trying.
Alex, можешь мне его встегнуть?
Alex, do you think you'll be able to unhook this?
Перестегнуть сюда? Давай.
Let me swap this, the long one, and you'll do the short one. Just a second.
And the view from Alexander Skvortsov's helmet camera, looking directly at his spacewalking crewmate, Oleg Artemyev.
Thank you.
The pair now 2 hours, 2 minutes into today's spacewalk.
Do you need help for translation? No. See the battery.
Батарея солнечная.
Solar array.
Саш, мешает тебе?
Is it in the way?
Повернем.
Alexander, we can
Не надо.
rotate it. No, you don't have to.
Так вот, перегнусь нормально.
Перепрыгнешь.
I can jump over, so to speak.
Сейчас правильно. Вот он наш иллюминатор.
Here is our window.
Олег, пока размещаешься,
Alex, while you're settling here,
берем мазки.
do you remember where the samples are taken from?
Первым пробником мы
Yes.
вместе, там где стекло с обечайкой, по кругу пройти.
We'll have to go around the window
Да,
with the
боковой вот
framing
металлической поверхности.
and the side one, the metal one, the metal side of the window,
Вторым пробником
and then
торцом внутреннюю крышку
another one inside and outside
Да.
Нет?
of the lid.
Все так.
That is correct.
Так. Пошел крулок-бэк.
Crew look back here. Getting the probe for Alec for sampling. Copy, Sasha.
Пока имеем опережение 18 минут.
You're 18 minutes ahead, for your understanding. What?
Опережение циклограмма 18 минут.
You're ahead the timeline by 18 minutes. Copy.
Я цвет для рэта даю.
I'm giving you everything for red. You can use mine.
На всякий случай за свой.
No, I'll get mine. No. I'm saying that I am
За ручку.
using my red to assist you here.
Ну слушай, так может быть мне не надо цеплять его?
Maybe I don't need to hook it.
Нормально тебе будет?
Would that be all right for you?
Ну и все, потом меня отпустишь его. Мне пока.
And then just release it.
Я тебя придержу.
I will hold on
Вот
to
так
you.
нормально?
Would that be all right?
Нормально.
It is.
Так, начинаю с первого пробника.
I will start with the first probe.
Принято, Олег.
Copy, Oleg.
Так.
Yes.
Почти выкрутил.
Almost out.
И боковой еще.
And the side area and the metal area.
Что ты говорил?
There was retic come. I have completed one circle. Now I'm on the side area on the framing.
Two hours, 8 minutes into today's spacewalk by Skvortsov and Artemyev. This view from Oleg Artemyev's helmet camera as the two crew members working outside of the Zvezda service module collect residue samples from window number 13. Good view of this right now out of Artemyev's helmet camera, the same perspective that he is seeing. The crew some 20-25 minutes ahead of the timeline as they collect these samples, having completed the first major tasks of today's excursion outside of the Piers docking compartment, the deployment of a small Peruvian science satellite manually by Artemyev off the ladder of the Piers docking compartment right by the hatchway.
That is enough. I got 2 circles.
The installation of a science package on the universal work platform on the outside of the service module, and the installation of a restraint clamp on an automated phased array antenna that the two spacewalkers installed during their last excursion outside of Piers back on June 19th.
I think so.
Так. Первым пробником работу закончил.
I'm done with the first probe.
Принято, Олег. Можно приступать.
Copy. Oleg, you can start with the second one.
Серега, а вот с крышки внутренней поверхности брать тоже круг?
And on the lid, on the inside, should it be a circle also or just a
Давай сделаем круг.
square? Let's do the circle
Я так понимаю,
on the inside and external surface as far as you can reach.
круг и сделай 2
One
диаметра.
circle and 2 diameters like a crisscross, and that should be enough.
Это торцом. А боком там куда залезу, да?
Да, боком куда
That
залезешь.
While this sample collection is ongoing, the International Space Station momentarily will be flying directly over Kourou, French Guiana, and the launch site for the Georges Lemaitre automated transfer vehicle almost 3 weeks ago. The large European cargo ship, the fifth and final in the series of cargo ships to be utilized by the European Space Agency for resupply of the International Space Station, arrived at the complex last Tuesday. Its hatch was closed yesterday by Alexander Gerst in preparation for today's spacewalk. And if you look aft of the service module, you can see the solar arrays extending from Georges Lemaitre. It will remain attached to the aft port of the Zvezda service module until late January of next year.
Going over there. On the other side.
Так.
Okay?
Олег, все отлично.
Alex,
Можешь забирать пробник.
it all looks good. You can pack away the probe.
Так, собирай пробник и отпускай его с этого. Я его...
In work. Getting it and releasing right here.
Ну, второй легче закручивается.
The second one is easier to screw on.
Так.
Okay?
Запаковал.
The probes are packed.
Отпускай его.
And you can release it on my side. Okay.
Опа. Все.
All right.
Олег,
Alex,
на GoPro окрестности снимай, пожалуйста.
do some recording on GoPro of your surroundings. All right.
Снимаю иллюминатор.
I have a window here.
Снимаю Дашу.
Alexander,
Можешь помахать.
you can wave.
Махать чем? Пробником?
Wave with what? With a probe?
Ну, получается, я пробником махать будешь.
Yeah, looks like it.
Все. Вот они окрестности.
Okay, here they are, the surroundings.
Новый станция.
Там, если получается, состояние FT в рабочей зоне тоже поснимай.
Да, она тут около иллюминатора, она такой темноватый.
Also, next to the window.
Везде, особенно под клапанами, оно такое
Right underneath the flaps, it's kind of dark in here. On the top, it seems to be clean, but where the flaps are, the area is dark. Looks like something has been getting in there. Underneath, I can see it's fairly black. Maybe it's just a shadow.
Да нет.
No.